seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
I'm at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I'm gonna try to buy some stuff for snowshoeing. I'm not going skiing or snowboarding, but my friends are. But I don't even have any gear for like snowshoeing, so we'll see how I do. Here's what I got so far. Got like a helmet. I got some goggles. I got a base layer of shirt, crew and pant, and gloves. Added boots, a water bottle, and then the jacket. We'll see how we do. It's funny, you know, as I pack, I'm sort of anxious and nervous for this weekend. You know, this is something that I really haven't done, like a weekend ski trip. You know, I've never done that before. We're going to Vermont. You know, as I said before, I'm going to be going snowshoeing. You know, because I don't know how to ski, but just interested to see how the weekend goes, you know. You know, the people organizing this trip have gone on it for several years. It's an annual tradition, and you know, so I'm sort of entering as a newbie. So there's nervousness there, but I don't know. It's just out of my comfort zone, and I'm kind of anxious, you know. And I just want to express that. We are ready to go. Wish me luck. Airbnb. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Just want to recap my week. So as you saw, I'm trying to stay consistent with increasing my, mile distance, zero point 0.1 a week, till I get to 3.1 or a 5K. I'm just, proud of myself for continuing to do that. We're now into month 2 of the year, so I'm glad I'm actually sticking with a New Year's resolution. One of those days, and I showed it, I wanted to run 1.3, but I only ended up running, 0.25. I think I could just tell my body wasn't feeling great physically. And I'm just kind of proud of myself, and I encourage others to do this as well. Is like, there's if you feel like you're in a good place and you can push yourself, but if you find that you're not, then maybe pushing yourself isn't the best thing. In that scenario, I just felt it wasn't the right thing for my body, so I stopped the run early. And I just want to say that's not something maybe I would have done, even a year ago. But I think now I just am listening to my body and mind a lot more. Did dinner with a chal at Peppino's Dosa in Waltham. I really liked their food. Again, another person that I just really respect his perspective on life, and for a young person, motivated and continuing to network and things like that. I really think that that's such a good skill for all of us to do, And then met up with Rob, Tully, Tony, Zach, and Mike. We got drinks, talked about sports. I hadn't seen Mike in a little bit. And, I think it's just important to, have a community of friends, for laughter and for, just discussing, different things. Good to see you, Mike. Then I showed shopping, for preparing for snowshoeing. So you don't need a helmet or ski goggles for anyone that's going snowshoeing. I obviously should have done more prep. I had a busy week, so I didn't know that. But everything else that I purchased was a good purchase. The trip was good, right? And I showed you the anxiety that I was feeling ahead of it. And I think for me, it shows me a decent amount is okay. Of like you're going to, Vermont for the first time, as an adult. You're joining, kind of this annual ski trip that this group of friends does. But in hindsight, it's interesting that I documented that because I had too much anxiety. And, it's interesting because it's tough. Like, in hindsight, it's easier to be like, it should have been less because, I know these people, they're loving people. We're going to have a good time. But I don't know. I mean, I guess until you experience it, you don't have a reference point. So, but regardless, this weekend was amazing. Just great again to be in community. Just awesome people everywhere. They just want to spread love, happiness, laughs, all that. I think it's so I don't really do a lot of trips in the winter usually, so it's interesting for me because one thing I noticed, like, it's really cool to get 2 days, Friday night to Sunday afternoon or whatever, to get time with your friends. Because usually you might see them like on a Friday night, you know, for dinner or whatever, like for 4 hours or whatever, or Saturday or Sunday, whatever. But this was like continuous, you know. You know, we were all living in the same place at the same Airbnb, and you kind of, I don't know, you're getting breakfast together, you're getting dinner together. But I think it's good, you know. You need that time together. You know, snowshoeing was great. It's a good workout. And, you know, I was, you know, sweating and, you know, on some of the inclines a little bit out of breath. I think we did 3 miles total. The nature is also beautiful. It's just cool to like just take it all in. And you know, just overall, I think, you know, for me, you know, going to a place like Vermont or somewhere else like that I really haven't, and just seeing, you know, a different world or a different lifestyle is good. You know, I don't think I could ever imagine myself living in a rural community, but obviously, you know, going there and, you know, the towns in between, you know, a lot of rural towns, and so it's just interesting to see that, you know, get that world perspective. Um, and then, you know, I think, you know, a couple other things with, you know, the friends part is like, in terms of the 2 days being good, is like the deeper conversations that you have. You know, I met someone else who's also lost someone, a friend of theirs, to suicide through conversation. And even just like psychology of people, right? Like, um, you know, in terms of like dating and stuff like that, like, um, you know, certain people can do, um, you know, friends with benefits, um, whereas other people are more, you know, if they build that type of friendship with someone, you know, that being platonic can sometimes be tough if you involve, you know, the friends with benefits aspect. Um, so that's also cool. And you know, I think for me the biggest reflection point was just simplifying life, and having fun, not taking it too seriously. You know, I'm definitely someone who overanalyzes, and you know, I remember reading a book. I think it was like Kafka, one of Kafka's books, um, where he remarks like the person who analyzes um, the world or life almost has a worse life than the person who's like ignorant and just kind of just living, you know, and not overanalyzing. And that to me was really interesting because um, you know, I struggle with turning off, and just being fun and comedic and um, you know, and I really need to just live, you know. Um, I'm missing that element, you know. I'm an overanalyzer. But yeah, no, otherwise, um, really, really good trip. Um, Thankful, you know, for friendships and, you know, new experiences and being in nature and just, yeah, all of it. I hope you guys are doing well.